What is a virtue ethics approach to the spiritual exercises of Ignatius of Loyola? Good morning. My name is Father Frank Buckley. Delighted to be your host for our morning meditation group this morning, Flourishing During Times of Uncertainty. This is a three-part program. We always begin with a little inspiration. This morning we'll be drawing from Father Gerald Fagan on what is a virtue ethics approach from moral theology to the exercises of St. Ignatius. In some ways, virtue ethics turns regular ethics on its head and asks a very different but transformative question. Not who am I, where the individual goes on ad infinitum about nothing, stating that a little abruptly, but rather, who is the person I want to become? Why do I get up on a Wednesday morning to spend 20 minutes doing nothing? Well, that's a great question. Let's begin with an investigation into virtue ethics and spiritual exercises. Another purpose of the spiritual exercises to transform an individual into a certain kind of person with certain dispositions of the heart. To develop this interpretation of the exercises, this book mines the insights of a contemporary movement in moral theology called virtue ethics. Virtue ethics contend that the real question of ethics is not what should I do, but rather who should I become. Let me repeat that. The real question of virtue ethics is not what should I do, but who should I become. It is concerned with fostering the virtues necessary to live a Christian life of love of God and service of neighbor. For one called to discipleship, this means putting on the mind and the heart of Jesus and loving as Jesus loved. Ignatius wanted people to be committed to love and serve the divine majesty in all things. In the chapters that follow, the spiritual exercises outlined by Ignatius will be related to some of the virtues that define this kind of person. This does not imply that there is a rigid link between certain exercises and certain virtues. The connections are meant to be suggestive only. My purpose is to provide a way of naming the graces that are the heart of the movement and the dynamic of the exercises. I also wish to articulate the desires elicited by the exercises in the language of virtue. Ask for what you desire is a maxim of Ignatian spirituality. The book will relate these desires to the virtues, so we live out the graces and make decisions based upon them. The purpose of the book is not to propose a new way to make or even to give the exercises. Rather, I hope to promote a new way of understanding the graces of the exercises and their formative power in a person's life. I want to show how the exercises are an invitation to become a certain kind of person. A virtuous person who has taken on the quality of Christ's heart, and a person who can, quote unquote, love one another as I have loved you. Thank you, Father Fagan, for the beautiful reflection this morning. Tomorrow I'll pick up this theme of the exercises with a perspective from Father DeMello about the importance of having a contemplative stance as we enter and make our way through the exercises. So the second part of our morning meditation, Becoming Contemplatives in Action, is the heart of the matter, where we sit, we give the first 20 minutes of the morning to God and just notice what arises. If you're new to meditation, Father Thomas Keating says the method is too simple to believe. We just sit down. And then, if we're human, thoughts will come. Just notice the thought and let them pass by like a cloud in the sky. I find it very helpful in the Zen tradition to just focus on the traffic or external sounds or the sensations of the body. So I invite you now to get comfortable. Take off your shoes, either move into a cross-legged or seated position, and I will lower the lights while you do that. One of the ways we flourish is to unplug, so turn off all the technology. I will set the timer for 20 minutes so you don't have to worry about that. And let's begin. You can close the eyes or lower the eyes, whatever feels safe to you. Turn the gaze inwards, and let's begin. Listen, listen. The sound of this beautiful bell returns us to our true home. As always, let's begin with diaphragmatic breathing, bringing a little oxygen into the brain and body by deep inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. As a community, 3 times. Together, inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Beautiful. 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Last time, giving it all you got. Today is going to be a great day. Inhale and exhale. Continue to breathe on your own. Take the attention to the body. Feel the feet pressed onto the earth, our mother. Take the attention to the chair, providing support. Relax the shoulders. Take the attention to the forehead, the area between the eyebrows, the seat of intuition. In the spirit of Father Fagan's inspiration, St. Ignatius's encouragement to us to ask God for what we desire, focus on an intention for this morning. Something we desire deeply in our lives in this moment. Not being afraid to ask God for something great and beautiful this morning. We'll seal that intention with an inhale and an exhale. Take the attention to the breath. Notice the traffic, the sensations of the body. Drop down to the ocean floor and enjoy a little deep rest this morning. Please continue. Hmm. Hmm. Gently, gently, gently bring your attention back to the room. If the eyes were closed, go ahead, open the eyes, circle the wrist one way, then the other. Inhale, raise the arms up. Healthy spine, healthy body. Stretch a little to the left and then to the right. Low back bend. Excellent. Shake it out. All right. Before jumping up and moving into the rest of our day, let's do a little Jesuit Ignatian examine. Please feel free to write your comments in the box where God showed up for you in the last 24 hours. I will start. Let's see. Definitely one of the highlights, God showed up in spades, was one of my favorite pizza places, Rocco's on Santa Monica Boulevard in West Hollywood. The owners next Tuesday to the food pantry have donated 10 pies to be given out from 4 to 6 for the food pantry on Tuesday. So it's delicious pizza. I'm going to love it. The people on the streets are going to love it. And it's going to be a really fun party next Tuesday. Thank you, Rocco's, for your generosity. Second was yesterday was Flourishing in Recovery. And at the center, we now have ambassadors, people who were living on the streets who have since got housing, come and help with that. So they set up the chairs, they hand out a snack, and they're also, we all need exemplars in our life that if we have homelessness, William Lynch wrote extensively on this for the Jesuits. It's for one reason only. It's a poverty of our imagination. And we can't rely on Blessed Sacrament, on Mayor Garcetti, on the center to fix this. It becomes an individual response. What can I do? How can I imagine that this could be otherwise? And same thing in recovery. When you're strung out on the streets with crystal meth addiction, it's very challenging to imagine that life could be otherwise. But you come to a group, you experience the ambassadors who have walked the walk, who have many been on the streets, struggle with addiction, and come out on the other side, a life of sobriety, a life of peace, serenity, and connection. So that was really exciting. And then last but not least, how much do I love Gerald Fagan? I think one of the biggest obstacles that makes the church feel like a straitjacket to people is we get caught in dogma, in catechism, in the rules, and we miss the living Christ. In our inspiration today, Father Fagan introduces us to virtue ethics approach to the exercises. Not who am I, but who is the person I want to become. And we model our lives, we need exemplars, on Christ. And in that, the exercises that are so needed in the world and in our lives become alive, vibrant, and engaging. So, happy Wednesday, middle of the week. Thank you for joining us, for building a little community in the middle of a pandemic. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have a beautiful day. God bless you.